Hey everyone, welcome back to Whatever You Need. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and tell us in the comments what authenticity means to you. Because today's story is all about a woman who turned sincerity into her superpower, Gupse Özay, the unshakable heart of Turkish cinema, and now, an international icon of female empowerment. London's air shimmered differently last night. The Harper's Bazaar Women of the Year 2025 ceremony was underway, that rare event where elegance, talent, and spirit unite in one breathtaking frame. But amid diamonds and designer gowns, there was one woman whose radiance didn't come from glitter or sequins. It came from something deeper, an authenticity that couldn't be styled or scripted. When Gupse Özay walked into that room, the noise softened. The cameras turned, yes, but it wasn't just her outfit that caught them. It was the way she wasn't pretending. And when her name echoed through the hall, winner of the Women's Empowerment Award, Gupse Özay, it felt less like an announcement and more like justice finally spoken aloud. Because this wasn't about fame. It was about truth. While other stars posted carefully curated snapshots of perfection, Gupse's Instagram told a completely different story. 2 photos. In the first, she's in her morning calm, hair tied back, no makeup, wearing a plain t-shirt. A woman, not a persona. In the second, hours later, she's glowing in soft pastel elegance, her smile carrying warmth rather than performance. And under those 2 photos, her caption. Classic Gupse. The pitiful state of my veteran friends who turned me into another person in a few hours. No filters. No drama. Just honesty and humor intertwined, as only she can do. It wasn't about looking flawless, it was about showing the process. About saying, this is me, and I contain all these versions. That's what made her the perfect recipient of an empowerment award. Because she doesn't glorify perfection. She celebrates realness. In true Gupse spirit, her post wasn't a solo act. She filled it with faces, her team, her people, her creative family. She tagged everyone, from the hairstylist who fought with stubborn curls to the designer who adjusted a last-minute seam. And her message was pure teamwork. To my wonderful team, who sweated, laughed, panicked, and hugged me tonight, you're all incredible. Thousands of comments poured in. Fans wrote, you shine even without makeup. You made us love being women again. But the most viral moment came not from Gupse herself, but from someone very special. When Gupse's close friend Ken Bonomo dropped by her comment section, the internet didn't see a celebrity cameo, it saw pure friendship. His comment? Your hair got done. That was it. No poetry, no exaggerated praise, just Bonomo's trademark dry humor, and an affection that spoke louder than any fancy word could. Social media exploded. Fans quoted the line everywhere. This is friendship, one wrote. They don't make bonds like this anymore. Gupse's reply was equally effortless. I remember when you got your hair done too, Bonomo. The comment section turned into a sea of laughter and hearts. It wasn't staged. It was real and people felt it. Because behind all the fame and followers, what we saw was 2 people who remind us, humor is the purest form of connection. But of course, this was the internet. Moments after her photos hit the web, the comparisons began. Gupse's elegance gives Major Elçin Sangu energy, wrote one fan. Another commented, these 2 should do a movie together, Turkish cinema wouldn't recover. Dressed in a soft, fitted gown with delicate shoulder details, Gupse looked ethereal yet unmistakably herself. No over-the-top posing, no borrowed persona. Just understated sophistication, a quiet glow that whispers rather than shouts. Soon, hashtags like #ElcinandGupse and #StyleSisters trended for hours. Fans imagined collaborations, scripts, dream projects, and for a brief, beautiful moment, two women's names were celebrated not as rivals but as reflections of grace. If you're still watching, you clearly feel this story. So take a second, hit that like button, leave us a comment, and make sure you're subscribed to whatever you need. Because here, we don't just tell stories, we celebrate real ones. While London glowed with applause, Gupse's career was blazing online. Her new digital project Platonic, Blue Full Moon Hotel, quickly became a sensation, not just in Turkey but across Spain and Italy. Co-starring Kerem Bürsin and Oyka Karayel, the series blends witty humor with gentle emotion, proving that Turkish storytelling travels far beyond borders. And that's not her only triumph. Her Netflix talk show, Gupse, has quietly become a phenomenon, one of the most watched Turkish formats on the platform. Every episode feels like a gathering of souls, laughter, candor, and sometimes tears. One fan summed it up perfectly. Gupse doesn't just make you laugh. She heals you. In an era obsessed with filters and perfection, Gupse stands out like a rare bloom in a field of artificial light. She's not afraid to appear without makeup. She's not afraid to break character to show vulnerability. She's not afraid to say, "This is who I am, and it's enough." That's why audiences see her as more than an actress. She's a storyteller, a mirror, and sometimes, a quiet revolution. Her female characters are never one-dimensional, they stumble, cry, laugh too loudly, fail spectacularly, and still rise, just as real women do. Maybe that's why Harper's Bazaar called her a symbol of global female empowerment. Because her beauty lies not in gloss, but in courage. Before the ceremony, Backstage buzzed with tension, but Gupse. She was brainstorming. Rumor has it she was discussing ideas for season 2 of Gupse, while waiting for her name to be called. That's her essence, never just attending an event, always creating, imagining, building. When she finally took the stage, she didn't hide her emotion. Her voice trembled slightly as she said, "Women's stories live in the places where we cry as much as we laugh. I want to tell every one of them." The hall rose in applause. Some guests, even from the back rows, wiped their eyes. The next morning, British media called her the global face of Turkish humor. And it fit perfectly. Gupse's connection with Can Bonomo isn't new, it's a bond built over years of shared laughter, creative support, and genuine care. Sometimes they collaborate, sometimes they just hang out. Their chemistry doesn't need scripts. It's made of inside jokes and mutual admiration. That's what makes Gupse so magnetic, she lives her message. Empowerment, for her, isn't a speech. It's in the way she lifts others, thanks her team, and turns friendship into a kind of art form. Look at her filmography, comedies, dramas, screenplays that challenge norms. She doesn't just write strong women. She writes true women, the kind that feel like someone you know, or maybe even the one you are. So when she received the Harper's Bazaar Award, it wasn't a surprise. It was a celebration long overdue. A red carpet. An Instagram post. A few words filled with humor. And yet, beneath it all, a quiet message pulsed. Be real. Be kind. Be yourself, that's power. So, what do you think? Was this the recognition Gupse Özay has always deserved? Would you like to see her and Elçin Sangu share the screen? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Whatever You Need, where every story is told with heart, humor, and humanity. Because as Gupse herself reminds us, sometimes, the most beautiful transformation begins when you stop pretending.